Good morning.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm good. I feel a little bit lighter today, actually.
You look a whole lot lighter since you don't have that fucking mustache weighing you down.
I
And
know. No more mustache rides.
oh, the kids are
It's
so
okay.
disappointed.
That I'm not even gonna address that.
Of course. Anyways, welcome to Silicon Valley Pride Drag Brunch virtual, thing. We're used to it at this point.
Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are here, like, please comment and say something because right now our comment section looks dead, and I can't even tell if anyone's even watching right now.
Oh, honey, it's so dry.
Just like this. Never mind.
This skin is shaved, honey.
Yeah. So anyway, we're in month 5 now of quarantine.
No way.
This is like almost the 5th month, the start of the 5th month.
Jesus Christ. I haven't even realized it's been that long.
Ayumi says they're shy, and I think so too.
So shy.
Hold on, what's that like
This is like the
TikTok? Ew.
I'm a TikToker now, obviously. No, I'm not.
I mean, you have some, they just didn't get popular.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not Kylie Gabor, sorry.
Ooh. Well, I mean, she also she actually does stuff that's productive, so
I just look pretty.
that is true. That's very true. Unlike me. I think I look like Kris Jenner right now, just a little bit.
Stage mom, absolutely. It's the hair.
It is the hair. I got this. So Natasha's Attic, their sale. Got this bitch for $14
Oh,
after
babe.
tax. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hello.
hi, Grace.
So glad you're here.
Yes, we're just shooting the shit for a couple minutes while we're waiting for more people to show up. You know, I know it's early on a Sunday. Like, I think at this point in the quarantine, everyone's drinking all weekend long.
Exactly. But also, we were ready so early today.
That's part of it too. I feel like I've been in drag for a lot longer than I normally am. We were like both of us were done painting at like 10:30.
Yeah.
Normally I'm like it's like 11:45 and I'm like, let me put my lip on. Hold on.
No, full on same. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what it was about me today, but I blasted through this face so quick.
I wish I can say I blasted through some other things, but that's cute. Girl, you should make it that big.
I know. I'm like, oh, that's so good.
I just ordered a new wig from Nia too, so
Ooh.
yeah. I don't know. Have you been catching up? Have you been keeping up with Canada's Drag Race?
Bitch. Absolutely.
So good. Scarlett Bobo had this wig for this runway this week that was like kind of like a side swept, like blue. So I'm getting something like that, but in like a lilac lavender color.
Lilac.
Mm-hmm. Kind of the color of your blazer.
Ooh.
It's actually really cute.
Color of my blazer. Ah, so cute.
What the fuck is that?
You know what this is. We love to show it off now.
Ooh, do you want to tell the audience about what's going on?
Yes, I got engaged. No, I will not shut up about it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
My daughter's name. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Consider it.
It's a mouthful.
So
but I'm used to having. You got me there.
I'm thinking of all these great one-liners for you. You're just like, okay, all right, next.
I'm like, I took one shot of whiskey already today. So Alpha and I were actually celebrating before this show started, and we did a shot together. I'm not going to be as drunk as last time, I promise. I'm not going to cut my finger open. I'm not going to slur my words much.
I really hope you get super fucked up again, because that was entertaining for me.
I mean, I have nothing else planned for today. So, I mean, if I do get fucked up, like, It is what it is.
It is what it is. Thank you, Betty. Mm.
Grace also says she's
Enjoy.
engaged.
Oh,
Oh, also,
I've been on like Zoom calls, FaceTimes, everything, and I'm just standing like this the whole time. Like, look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
the only time you'll be telling someone to look at it over and over again. Also, Grace, thank you. I decided to try shaving today because I haven't shaved. I haven't been a clean shaven queen since October, and I've lost a lot of weight since then. I kind of want to try something new and see like what I look like. Definitely like after like I shaved up last night, walked into the bathroom later, and looked in the mirror, and I was like, what the? I was like, who the fuck is this child in my bathroom?
It's a baby.
And it was me. Yeah, I literally look like I have the baby filter on now. Like when I'm like I look at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I definitely look a lot cuter with my facial hair. So I'm gonna grow it back out. I look cuter in drag without the facial hair, but out of drag, as a boy, I look cuter with the facial hair. So
yeah, I haven't seen like straight up you without facial hair in a long time, so I know it would be very jarring for me to see. Oh, hi Maraschino Cherie. Still screaming. Fucking same.
always screaming. Chip says he misses us. We miss you too, Chip. I hope everything's going well with you.
Almost my favorite DJ. Oh. That's his
I love
line. I can say it.
the shaving went well. Yes, this and the undercarriage. The carpet matches the drapes.
You took my Thank you, Miss Venus Soleil.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Yeah, it looks like a lot of people are here now and they're watching us. They're actually like loving. Thank you. Stacy is the most supportive person that I like that doesn't do drugs, not in our community, but like supports us. She's commenting on everything, replying to everything. And she freaking works as a healthcare worker. Like, you're a goddamn superhero. Thank you.
And I think we should drink to that. Shall we prepare a drinky drink for ourselves?
Yes. Do you want to start?
Yeah. It's nothing fantastic. I really miss Silicon Valley Pride Drag Brunch, so I'm making a mimosa. I believe you are too, Jackie. But okay, what did you use for your champagne? Because
it's just Cook's California. It's from Target. It's cheap. Oh, you got a freaking can?
Yeah, bitch.
Hi, Jeannie.
So easy to do. So
yeah,
I also am very low orange juice, so it's gonna be again primarily bubbly in here, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna get like bubble gut later.
Bubble gut.
All this
bubble gut.
Bubble gut. Bubble bath. So let me see if I can get this thing off without like it exploding or like getting me in the eye.
Do it.
Hello, Eli. Oh girl, that's good. Did you guys see the shit come out of that?
No, but I wish I did.
You know what? Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, okay. She's hitting the bottle early, and she's hitting the bottle hard.
I'm a cool mom.
You
Mommy
just
doesn't get
your Kris Jenner image, so perfect.
Mommy doesn't get drunk. Mommy has fun.
Yes. Thank you, Jeannie.
So yeah, I'm hi Jeannie. So yeah, probably a little bit more than that. And then I have my Simply Light orange juice because I'm watching my sugar intake.
Yeah, I got the regular.
And then I actually brought up, I have some fresh strawberries I'm gonna put in here.
Oh, like the whole last thing. Wow.
And some blueberries. Yeah, you don't get this shit at the supermarket, but
you practically have a fruit salad in there. That's fantastic.
I mean, I gotta have my vitamins and nutrients somehow, you know?
Absolutely.
So cheers to the newly engaged drag queen. Cheers to drag brunch. Cheers to Pride.
Fuck, we didn't even mention it's Silicon Valley Pride Month.
We've been drinking, you know.
Obviously.
Yes, happy Silicon Valley Pride, everybody.
I know. Not the, usual International Pride Month, but we deserve our own anyways, so.
Exactly. Oh, she making it fancy. Yeah, girl, I always make it fancy.
Make
I
it
don't, I don't, I don't beat around the bush. I mean, besides drinking out of the bottle straight away. But
She don't beat
also,
around.
Eli says that explosion was for me. I will make it explode every time for you, honey. And cheers to you, Jeannie. I'm gonna drink some more.
Yes. Cheers, queers, and everyone else. But we have a pretty fantastic show lined up for you because it is Silicon Valley. I think before we get down to everything, we have a quick commercial break. So we'll jump to that and then dive right into our show.
There we go.
Perfect.
Do you want a hot body?
Do you want a Bugatti?
You want a Maserati?
Well, you better work, bitch.
Do you find yourself feeling less than fierce? Are you feeling down instead of the house down boots?
You want a Lamborghini? Sip martinis?
Looking hot in a bikini.
You better work, bitch.
You better work, bitch.
Prescription Work Bitch could be the solution for you.
You wanna live fancy.
Live in a big mansion.
Party in France? You better work, bitch.
Ask your doctor about Prescription Work Bitch.
Bring it on. Ring the alarm.
Don't stop now. Just be the champion.
Work it hard, like it's your profession.
Side effects may include dizziness, nausea, hemorrhoids, back rolls, fatigue, constipation, bunions, loss of vision, and in some cases, Betty Frissas.
Work.
Get your diva back with Prescription Work Bitch.
Work.
Work!
Work.
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 Work, 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 work.
Work, 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 work.
Work it out.
Work it out.
Work it out.
Now, get to work, bitch. And there you have it.
That was so fucking stupid.
That was incredibly stupid, and I loved it.
But I did love that we were able to get so many local queens on board with this just to do something idiotic for Silicon Valley Pride.
Mm-hmm. You know, and I think we've had almost all of those queens in the Silicon Valley Pride drag brunch shows.
Yeah.
I think Deer and Lemon are the only two that we haven't had in our shows yet.
Yeah.
Oh, and what's her face? Essex.
Yes. But
we have all these comments coming in. Everyone's cheersing, applauding us.
wild. If you want to see that, I'll have it posted on my Instagram later today at Alpha Andromeda, just to relive it, because honestly, there's so many little like dumb moments in there that are chef's kiss.
And I definitely think we need to do that again.
Oh, totally. Big like collaboration videos, so ridiculous.
Eli says "In the Arms of an Angel," and now I kind of want to do like a adopt a drag queen video, like the ASPCA, like
for just $1 a day, you can help a drag queen in need.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. All right.
Yes.
Wow.
Girl. Oh, so I want to do a little plug real quick because we're actually ahead of schedule by quite a bit of time. I got my nails. So it's the first time in like a long time I got my nails done. Usually I'm out here with man hand. I mean, I still have man hands, but I got my nails done. Like they're like gel and acrylic, whatever. Not acrylic, gel. I don't know. They're really cute. My friend Wesley, who is part of our community, just opened up his second nail salon. And I went and got these done on Friday. It's called Eclipse Nail Bar on the east side of San Jose. Really good services. If that's too far for you, Campbell, they have the Valley Nail Bar, which is also really good. And you're supporting someone who is queer and owns a business. So you're looking for a place to get your nails done.
Yeah, are they open?
Yeah, so they're doing outdoor services. So they have like canopies and tarps set up and everything. They can do manicures, pedicures, all that jazz. No waxing right now, but you know, what can you do? But anyways, I just wanted to plug my friend because I really appreciated the services that I got, and you know, I think it's time that we need to support like small businesses.
Totally. And also support not publicly waxing people. Could you imagine, like, on the street in front of their business? Like, well, here you go.
Just a Brazilian. No, is it Brazilian? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I need one of those, actually.
We know.
Oh my gosh, what if for a future segment, I have someone over and they're literally just waxing me for part of the segment. I have to like get through like a script or something.
Yeah, you're
but,
just
like obviously
Shakespeare while being like waxed.
Girl, we got some ideas. Write that down.
Literally.
Write that down.
I'm
just listen to my pen. Just
literally.
All right.
That's brilliant.
We have lots of fun plans coming up, guys. So make sure you guys continue to watch this every month because we're super excited. We'll see if we get things done, like planned and done in time, but
we try.
It's a stupid show. Y'all are here. You're watching a free show right now.
T.
All right. Shall we move on to the next segment of our show? The show. So I am a big fan of the arts. Artists, whatever, arts in any form. Drag is an art, but you know, there's other artists that I think are also really important that people take for granted, and that is people that actually like make art. And so I want to take a moment to highlight some local queer artists who are, you know, doing the most, creating cool shit, and hopefully I can send some business their way and you guys can get some cool art. So without further ado, Saldi, can we bring up the slides, please? Alpha, you can stay here if you want. I don't know if you want to be off camera or on camera.
I mean, here, might as well just stay.
There you go. So,
yeah,
I made this
medium stream, so this is perfect.
Perfect. I made this last night using PowerPoint, so it's not the greatest. I was also drinking, so I'm going to be reading a lot from not a script, but some stuff. Anyway, next slide, please. Our first artist is our friend Joe Angel, also goes by Le Joe, if you're French. Pronouns are he, him, his, or he welcomes anything with positive intent. He identifies, and I asked him what he identifies, or like any words that resonate with his identity. He listed he is a queer cis male. The mediums that he works in are acrylic paint, watercolor, and archival ink pencil. Next slide, please. We'll get a little bit of his work. I really like Joe's work. It kind of is trippy in a way. He uses a lot of colors. Usually has a lot of meaning behind what he is painting or creating. Next slide, please. Left here we have acrylic paint. On the right, I believe, is pen work. And that's really cute. I think there's a penis in there too.
Ooh.
I can't see. We all love that.
That's one thing that I do really like about his work is it's this sort of exploration of like the queer Latinx experience while being his sort of like you said, trippy psychedelic vision of it. It's really fantastic.
Right. We go to the next slide. This one, he actually asked me specifically to make sure this one was included. I asked him what pride means to him, and he said this painting that he did recently kind of, I guess, is a visual expression of what pride means to him. You know, I didn't really go into it with him, but if you guys have any questions about it and you know what each thing represents, feel free to ask. Joe is taking commissions, accepting commissions for watercolor portraits, avant-garde acrylic paintings, pen drawings, framed prints, and any fun art project, which includes collabs on video or photography. And I don't know if that means like OnlyFans or, you know, anything else, but you can contact him and hit him up. You know, I asked each of these artists to kind of explain a little bit about what influences them and also what pride means to them. So I'm just going to read that word for word what they sent because I don't want to try and like paraphrase any of that. But as far as influences for Joe, he said, every and any single thing can inspire me. A chair can seem simple, but when gazing up at it and freeing our mind to think beyond this, where my influences come from, a sort of mental abyss. Yes, she went there. Seeing an everyday object develop into a gigantic, multi-layered project is a fascinating thing people can do. I aspire to create stimulating and eccentric works to engage myself and an audience member. As they say in Tu Wong Fu, larger than life is just the right size, which is true. Looking at his artwork is very stimulating for me. I really appreciate that. And then what pride means to him, he says, I sense an immediate connection when I meet another queer person. We connect through our struggles, our experiences, our self-discoveries, and unite to celebrate our differences. We don't try to be like the other. We stand at each other's sides in support of our siblings. You are green, I am purple. The idea isn't to make you into a purple like me, but to accept your green and allow you to be you with unconditional support and love. Sometimes some fun too. Pride means to me to be proud of our struggles, our physical selves, our emotional expressions, and proud to be part of the most diverse community in the human race with radiant love and fight within each of our hearts. Which, girl, I am tearing up a little bit reading that. That's like so beautifully worded. You can go to the next slide, please. These are the ways that you can contact Joe, and you can also view other works of his. His Instagram handle is @LidJoe. That's a 0 in there, not an O. And then if you're 18 and over, he also has a private Instagram account called Male Nudie, which has artwork that I believe is more portraits of people who are in the nude. If you guys want to get in contact with him, you guys can either DM him on either of these Instagram handles, or you can send him an email at joeangel14@live.com. Before we go on to the next slide, I actually own a couple pieces that Joe has made, so let me show those to you guys real quick.
Oh, I love that portrait of you.
So hold on, let me get to the first. There's two. So I bought this is a print from Joe back in December. I really enjoyed like the style, and it's really just like a statement piece that I have in my bedroom. You know, I've gotten a lot of good compliments from the trade that I've had over. Just kidding, I don't have people over. But yeah, I really enjoy looking at it. It's fun, it's out there, and it's different than any other art that I own. And then this fucking sweetheart surprised me. In the shipment, I like pulled out the first thing. I was like, cool, like this is the art I ordered. And I was like, what is this other thing? He did a portrait of me in watercolor. Like this is from one of like my promo images from when I did Drag Bingo last year. And I was ecstatic, and I freaking love this. So he's very talented. He's taking commissions. Hit him up. He'll do custom whatever. And yeah, let's move on. Next slide, please. You know, I'm going to try and go through these a little bit faster. Our next artist is Malice. Out of drag, they go by Irvin Palayo. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I am sorry if I mispronounce. Malice is actually a local San Jose girl that performs sometimes here in San Jose, but also just is really positive in our community. Next slide. Malice, their pronouns are they, she, or he. I believe anything with positive intent. I don't know why there's two of the same image on there, but they identify as non-binary, Mexican-American, homophobic. That's just Malice's sense of humor. Mediums include digital, acrylic, charcoal, ink, and clay. Next slide, please. these are a couple of, I believe, acrylic paintings that they have created. Inspiration for Malice includes queer punk culture, gender expression, vintage glamour, science fiction, and horror films. Next slide. Oh, why is there's like thing missing? Can you go back? One more. Huh. Well, anyway, I was going to do something else, but go to the last slide, please, of this. All right. If you guys want to contact Malice, Malice's Instagram is malicefemoid. You can also go to his website, ripurban.wixsite.com/urbanpalayo. There you can find more pictures of their artwork, as well as, contact them and get commissions and whatever you guys need. For Malice, when I asked what pride means to them, they said, be who you want to be because we all die anyways. And that is very true, and I appreciate that. Next slide, please. Our next artist is Polygraphic. I actually found this artist through Instagram. Several of my drag fellows follow her as well. Her pronouns are she and her, and they identify as kawaii baby frog princess. And these pictures, like I can definitely see the kawaii. I love this. Mediums include digital and watercolor. And she is currently accepting commissions. Go to the next slide, please. I really love like the kind of pastels and like cutesy stuff that Holly makes. Next slide. And Alpha, please, if you have any comments or anything, please feel free to chime in. I am feeling.
Oh, I had for Malice.
Oh my God. Where were you?
I was out grabbing it, but I was taken off screen.
Damn. Okay, well, we can go back to Malice in a little bit. We can get through this because I am like blabbering on.
Oh.
This one is also really cute and something I aspire to look like in the near future. Next slide. If you want to get in contact with Holly, her Instagram handle is @hollys.graphics. Her email is coryny@gmail.com. When I asked her what influences her, she said shiny things, nostalgia, and the big gay. And for pride means to me, or pride to me means being surrounded by my amazing, multifaceted community and feeling so comfortable and at home. And I feel that too. Next slide. Our next artist is Santa Cruz based. He's also a local performer. Our artist is Eli Torres and also goes by Cherry Cola when he's performing. Eli's pronouns are he, they, or she, anything I believe with positive intent. And they identify as a proud mouth breather. And I feel that because I'm.
I wasn't ready.
I got you right at the right moment, huh? Mediums for art include painting, drawing, metalsmithing, specifically jewelry, ceramics, mixed media, and drag. Next slide, please.
Metalworking, and I was like, what the fuck are they doing? But work.
Work. So I know a little bit about these two. These are actually ceramic sculptures that he created when he was in college. And there's a really cool technique that he used to get this like woven, like knitted effect on like the sculptures. I believe he's actually selling the one on the left right now on his Instagram. So it's a cool little sculpture. Not sure what the meanings are behind them, but feel free to hit them up, and yeah, you have to like look in there. I couldn't make the pictures very much bigger.
I know, I want to see it closer because I'm like, what? That looks so cool. And it's like a knit effect, you said?
Yeah, so apparently he like put like a knit thing around the clay and then put whatever the medium is on top of that before you put it into the oven or the kiln. And when it's in the kiln, the actual like woven, there you go, the actual like woven fabric like burns away and you're left with like this shell of material.
Huh. That's cool.
So he was telling me about that, and I was like, that's really freaking awesome. So yeah, very creative, very artsy. These things are really cute. And like I said, I believe the one on the left is for sale. I don't know about the ones on the right. But if we go to the next slide, and we actually don't need to have me on the screen. We can just keep going like this. Next slide, please. All right, these two are pretty cool. The one on the right is metalsmithing, and it looks like it's a rotary phone that is like a ring / jewelry, and I am like living for that. On the left, it's they're metal, and those things actually move, but they've been framed into this position. I forgot what the name of it was, but they're like dancing, and I kind of like how the blue one is kind of like low key, fingering the one or the green one, but that's just me. I asked Eli what influences them, and they said dreams, nature, science, sexuality, gender, religion and spirituality, music, and literature. Next slide, please. Here's another picture of Eli / Cherry Cola in drag. This is a hybrid lipstick tool that they made, and I believe is used for performance. I love the creativity, and we all want to be a little bit masc and femme at the same time, so I appreciate that a lot. For Eli, pride is a reminder to myself that the queers who came before me fought hard to normalize my way of life, and that it is my duty to them to echo their voices and activism in the pursuit of equality and justice for all. And I definitely feel that we definitely need to continue the fight that our past queers have done for us. You can find Eli on Instagram at Weird Warlock. Their drag Instagram account is at Warm Flat Cherry Cola. You can email Eli at etorres.art@gmail.com. And you can find more of their work at weirdwarlock.com. They are also accepting commissions right now for 2D media and custom jewelry. And then Eli's actually working on turning his studio into a ceramics studio. So he's going to get a kiln and everything else he needs in there to create ceramic pieces. And eventually we'll be offering ceramic sculpture and pottery as commissions as well. If we go on to the next slide, our next artist is a San Jose local, Maddie Heimgartner. Maddie's pronouns are he, him, and he identifies as a gay queer man. Mediums include painting, drawing, and mixed media. I really enjoy Maddie. I actually have a piece of his art as well, which I'll show you guys in a couple minutes. His art usually has some kind of like a meaning behind it. It's like, there's stuff that's political, a lot of queer influence. And also he's just a really positive, like light person. So you guys need to check him out, follow him, and get to know this person. He's really cool. He's actually doing two like home workouts on Instagram Live at the beginning of the quarantine, which is really nice. Next slide. Here's a couple pieces of his. I really enjoy the use of color. I believe these are all acrylic, and I believe you can buy prints of them. Influences for Maddie. He says, from a young age, I have idolized the pop queens, especially Britney. I admire how unapologetically herself she is, and I really respect other pop stars that use their platforms to help others, specifically minority groups. When I am painting, I always have music playing, so my mind races as these pop songs trigger moments in my life that I can relate to. Through their music, I can relive a breakup that I have already healed from. I can refresh a love story that is long gone. I combine the story in their song with my own story to make a new narrative in my art that I hope reaches viewers and allows them to continue creating their story. Art inspires art. Next slide, please. Just a couple more of his pieces. It was also cool. Maddie recently did one of those electric boxes where he painted like the outside of them in a neighborhood. And I remember him posting about about it, there was he was painting a person on there who was Black and was, you know, incorporating like flowers and other plants into like the beard and the hair and stuff. And a woman approached him and was like, "Why is that person Black?" And his response was just so, you know, like, why does it matter if they're Black? You know, and why is it a problem? And it was very, you know, positive and you know, made that person kind of question, like, you know, why they're even wondering that. But long story short, super supportive, super like diverse in his art. Go on to the next slide, please. You guys can find Maddie at Fabulous Maddie on Instagram. You guys can also email him at mheimgartnerart@gmail.com. When I asked Maddie what pride means to him, he says, "It took me a long time to realize this, but pride to me is not a synonym of confident. Some days I am so insecure that I can't even look at myself in the mirror. The weight of my past feels so heavy that I worry I will never escape it. Most days, though, I am able to look back and appreciate how far I have come. Though I sometimes lose my security, I never lose my pride. All the pain, sorrow, and difficulties that life has given me, I earned them. All the beautiful, sweet, and enchanting moments, I earned those too. I am proud to have always been my best with what tools I had at the time." Next slide. This artist actually is a good friend of mine. She just graduated from San Jose State this last semester. Her name is Cynthia Yadira Gonzalez. Or if you're like me and made a typo creating one of her art show flyers, you guys can also call her Cynthina. Pronouns are she, her, or they, them. And she identifies as a non-binary bisexual. Mediums for Cynthia include clay, paper mache, acrylic, watercolor, and soft sculpture. Next slide, please. These images are a little hard to see. They're a little small. The one on the left is a large sculpture that is a table that she covered in this like foaming material and painted. And then on top is a wood sculpture that actually has a crank that you can move. And that is a giant pink penis that moves when you crank the sculpture. And I've actually gotten to see that and test it out in person, and it was really cute. On the right is I'm trying to the name for that, like a shrine, but there's sculpture inside of it. She decorated all the outside of it and painted that herself as well. Next slide, please. On the left here is a ceramic sculpture. A lot of Cynthia's art includes like anatomy, and then she uses a lot of you know, mental health and sexuality to influence her art. On the right here is a watercolor painting that she did. I believe I actually saw that in person at one of her shows as well. And I do own a watercolor painting of hers too. That's really beautiful. She uses a lot of really bright colors, and it's actually really cool if you're doing like mushrooms or something, like to look at it for a little while.
Oh.
Legit. Next slide, please. And then this is a close-up of one of her sculptures that she made for one of her last art shows at San Jose State. These are all giant bugs. And she had actually names for each of them. Each of them, I believe, was influenced by like a different like mental health issue. I could be speaking incorrectly on that. But these things were big, and they just like, they looked uncomfortable. They were very impressive. She knitted all those like rugs that they're on as well. It was just a really cool art exhibit to see.
So it's a bug on a rug.
A bug on a rug. Cynthia believes for pride, for her, pride means a revolution. Pride means freedom from shame. And she really, you know, exemplifies a lot of that in her art as well. She is taking commissions as well, and I believe she does have some things that are for sale. Next slide, please. If you guys are interested in any of her art or seeing more, you guys can find her on Instagram at cyanhit. You guys can email her at cyanhit06@gmail.com, or you can look at more of her art on www.cyanhit.com as well. Next slide, we have two more artists in our presentation today. This is another Santa Cruz-based artist, Suki Berry, or also goes by Franzia Rose. when
love
she is. I do too. When she's performing as a drag queen, and I believe her and Eli have actually performed at Renegades. We had them booked for the July brunch when I was going to be in person. Yeah, but COVID, you know. Suki's pronouns are she, her. And when I asked, you know, for words that resonate with her identity, she said glamour dyke, glitter bitch, art hoe, sunshine gay, and hard femme.
Ooh.
And I love those. Mediums include painting, illustration, soft sculpture, and drag. Go on to the next slide, please. These are some of her artwork. She has a lot of painting on like wood. And she uses a lot of like abstract shapes and colors. And, you know, some of these actually have like reflective elements to them as well. And they're just fucking beautiful. Influences for Suki include vast and swooping landscapes, blazing desert sunsets, deep, mysterious forests, and she says nature can be a way to validate the wildly limitless. Next slide, please. These are a couple more of her images, I believe done on wood as well. You know, I love just like the fading of colors and the different shades that she uses. And just very bright, and like there's a lot of contrast to them, which I appreciate. When I asked Suki what pride means to her, she said, to me, pride feels like meeting members of my family for the first time. And I feel that too, girl. Next slide. This one is actually, I believe, part of a series that she did, you know, same kind of style as well on wood. Beautiful. I would literally buy these. Next slide. Suki is taking commissions. She says, though, if you guys are interested in commissions, please be patient because right now you could be waiting up to 2 months for a piece, but I promise it's well worth it. You can find Suki on Instagram at SukiBerry, or email her, or not email, or find her on her website, www.sukiberry.com. Next slide. This is our final artist. They are a Sacramento-based drag performer and artist, Benjamin Slater, also known as Bijou Bentley. Bijou's pronouns, I know, you're excited for this one.
I love these.
I do too. Bijou's pronouns out of drag are he, him, but when in drag, she, her. I didn't get any words that resonate with their identity, but drag queen, fierce drag queen, you know, what have you. Mediums include acrylic paint, markers, and digital. Next slide, please. Here are a couple, I believe, marker images that she has done. I really appreciate like the style. Bijou has like her own like style that's very obvious in her work. Next slide. I believe on the left is marker, and I think the right is actually a digital work. I've seen Bijou do a lot of commissions for people. She does a lot of portrait work, and I really I enjoy looking at these. And, you know, I think it'd be a really cute gift too for somebody.
Yeah.
Mine.
Oh, it's so cute.
Yeah, you have one that she's done of you, right?
So pretty. It's she's like, this was just a warm up. I'm like, bitch, it's cute.
Influences for Bijou include drag and clashing colors and patterns have always been influences on my art. Most of my work is portrait work, so I rely a lot on the characters of the people to bring personality to the work. Next slide. This one's actually really cute. I believe this is a couple and most likely a commission. Has that classic like Bijou hexagon cheek blush. That's just very like cute and kawaii. For Bijou, what pride means to her, pride is so important to me. I'm so grateful to have pretty much always embraced what makes me different, but pride is also something that has helped me to really find myself. Pride gave me an excuse to really live my gayest life, even when I lived in a small town in the middle of nowhere. Next slide, please. If you guys are interested in checking out more of Bijou's art or getting a commission, you guys can find Bijou on a multitude of platforms. On Instagram at bijou.bentley, on Twitter at Benny Bijou, on Facebook for Bijou Bentley, and lastly, bijoubentley.threadless.com, where I believe she is selling stickers and other merch. She said the best way to contact her is DM her on Instagram or Twitter. That's going to be the fastest response. But yeah, like I said, this is our final artist. If we can bring Alpha and I back on the screen. If you guys are interested in supporting a local artist, especially queer artists, like please check out these guys, guys and gals and everything in between. This video will be on the Silicon Valley Pride Facebook page permanently after the show is done. So if you guys missed any of the artists or want to check out their handles again, please come check out the video and you guys can find them. I'll see if we can also post it on my social media. I could probably do that and share everyone's Instagram handles.
Totally. And that's the thing is art is so, I mean, yes, we saw a lot of the portrait art and everything. Art is also wearable and shareable. So when you mentioned Malice, I ran upstairs so I could get this. It's my hoodie, which was The Art Is of Me by Malice. That's on my social media. You can check the link for that. But also, in our earlier video was Betty Freitas, also drawn by Malice. There we go. So we are big fans of her, and we love commissioning local queer artists to design our merch.
Yeah, I totally forgot to mention that. She's done portraits of several local queens, including Katini, Aurora, Kendall, Prima Donna. No, she hasn't done Prima Donna. She's done Aurora, though.
Yes.
I'm thinking of someone else. But yeah, if you guys like this, I can actually go through and feature more artists in an upcoming show that weren't featured in this show. But like I said, support your local artists. They're more important than a lot of people give them credit for. And they are struggling just as bad as some of us are. So go out there, buy some art, enrich your life, decorate your house, and feel good about doing it.
Sweet. Real quick, just since you were mentioning Pride with artists and everything, I want to talk about Silicon Valley Pride because it is Silicon Valley Pride Month, and even though we can't all be together, we have plenty of digital offerings for you. We're streaming all of Silicon Valley Pride weekend, which I believe, if my calendar is correct, is the last weekend of August. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's what Salty said, the 29th and 30th, I believe.
Perfect.
I need to look at this.
But starting on Saturday morning, bright and early at 9 a.m., they have a fitness stream, and then that's going to be followed by a kids' arts and crafts stream at 10. So we have, things for people with children, things for people who wake up before, 10 in the morning, but
not us.
Not us. But also on Saturday during Pride, they have a mini main stage. And that's going to be everything that you would get from the Silicon Valley Pride Festival if we could actually have it in person, which is going to be followed later in the day from 6 to 9 with a queer trans stage. And then from 9 till 8, we'll get more details on it later, but there's going to be a Zoom dance party. So we have a DJ. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely everything. It's going to be like being drunk together at Pride, but on Zoom in your home, which honestly sounds more appealing to me. And then Sunday of Pride, it's always the big day, always the parade day. And of course, we're starting off at 10 in the morning on Sunday the 30th with a digital parade. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'm sure we'll have some super cute way to do it. 11 to 12, we're going to be doing a Zoom drag brunch, I assume. That's what I heard.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So
like actual performances, not just talking shit.
Situation. So I'm excited about that. Of course, you don't have to say anything more than drag to get me to be like, boom, there, done. And then later in the day, from 12 to 2, we have the Hey Girl stage which is streaming for everyone of feminine identities, particularly our lesbian community, trans women, anyone female identified, or allies, of course, can join in on the Hey Girl stage. And then from 2 to 7, we have this main stage situation. It's a long stream. It's going to be everyone's submitted videos. We have some special guests, but it's going to be all as wild as if we were having a pride in the flesh here together. And I'm very excited for it. I'm going to be glued to my laptop all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you really have no excuse to miss out on any Silicon Valley Pride programming. Silicon Valley Pride weekend.
There you go. You guys heard it from Alpha, straight from the horse's mouth.
How dare you? First of all.
What is our next segment?
It's my favorite segment.
Which one is that?
Let me get this together. Hold on. It's the only thing that we've been doing recurringly. Let me see.
By the way, Andrea, thank you for the comment. She says, y'all look stunned.
Thanks, Andy. I miss you.
Yes, thank you. I miss everybody. I should have put glitter on my lids today.
You should have. All right. Can you see it? Are we good?
No, I don't see anything. Just you. Oh, there we go. Oh my God, is this Love It or Shove It?
It's my favorite. It is Love It or Shove It, where we look at looks of different drag performers, and if we like it, we're gonna love it, and if we hate it, we're gonna shove it. So
right down the stairs.
Absolutely. Just like the splash stairs. Foul. So I dug through Silicon Valley Pride social media and I found pictures from Pride festivals past. So these are all the queens and kings, every performer's drag looks from the Silicon Valley Pride Festival, which is a tough thing to navigate if you're a drag queen. I just gotta say. You need a look that is festive, it's fun, but it's also gotta be comfortable because you're gonna be wearing this outside all day in the fucking August heat. So
I reposted a photo recently of you, me, and Sativa from Pride last year.
Mm-hmm.
And the first comment someone posted on it was, Jackie, your shoes. Because I was wearing an all yellow outfit and I had black Toms on. Because I was like, I'm not wearing heels all day today.
That person beat me to it though, because bitch, I wore heels all day.
Well, whatever. you're also 12 pounds, so
this is true. But let's get to it and see some of these looks. First off, we have Belladonna Bryant, the Miss Teen Silicon Valley Pride. I guess she gets 2 years reigning.
I guess so, because we were supposed to have another pageant back in March, I believe, or April, not just Miss Rona took it.
Did not happen. But I remember seeing Belladonna on this day, and I was like, you look exceptionally gorgeous. And that look was everything.
Yeah, I'm not used to like that kind of glamour from her, or like that. You know, it was something. It was more of a gown, and I'm used to seeing her in like not that kind of. I don't even know what she wore, because she wears very abstract, weird things.
Yeah, she's an edgy queen. She like the first time she performed with us, she performed Bjork. So seeing her give like full glamour, I'm absolutely shook. And this was stunning on her. It's an absolute love. I'm
gonna love it as well.
Oh yeah, that was so good. And she got the car and everything. I missed the parade last year because I was hungover.
Oh yeah, I was in one of the cars.
All right, next up we have my drag mothers, actually, Woo Monroe and Alina Melendi Galore.
Ooh. So I'm loving Alina's wig and just how big that thing is.
Absolutely.
It's gorgeous. And I love that. Go ahead, what?
I love her in big hair because sometimes she'll like try and tone it down and be like, oh, here's just like a black middle part, whatever. But when she wears hair like this, I'm just like, the only queen. It's just, so cute.
And then Woo Woo's actually wearing hair too that looks pretty big. It looks like kind of blending a little bit into the background, so you can't see like, you know, the full depth of it. But I enjoy the hair as well.
Good hair. Outfit wise, I think they're good. I mean, these are good like pride outfits, you know? It's the outfit that you're gonna be in all fucking day and outside. And both of their mugs are solidly like daylight proof, and that's not easy to do.
Oh yeah, and I love that it's like, you know, you have like clown drag and then you have more like natural beauty drag. So it kind of shows a little bit of diversity in, you know, our drag community here.
Oh, hell yeah, we're all over the place. It's ridiculous. But I think it works for me.
I am also gonna love both of them.
Cute.
I mean, I can't shove my mom, so.
Right. Next up, we have performer from, I believe this was 2017 Pride. This is Milk.
Oh, it's Milk?
Yeah.
Why didn't I know Milk was here?
You know, right? But
so let's talk about this for a second.
There's a lot to talk about.
I love like the color and like the fabric, but I'm not a big fan of the cut of the outfit. Though the cut of the outfit definitely shows, you know, those muscular arms and those pecs.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. It reminds me of like a Muppet that is kind of like molting their skin.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was the description. That was the soundbite. We're here. We're done.
Oh, you know what? You're here for it?
Yeah. I think it's like a weird, like in between comfy but showgirl, but like Pride walk around outfit. It's the outfit that's gonna get you through the whole day, and especially with Milk's aesthetic, where it's like high femme with like high butch, kind of like combined. I think it's very, very hard.
Yeah, I think for me, like I am, you know, I get that it's her style, but I'm gonna shove it. She kind of looks like a centaur, like the front half of a centaur, and then like she's just missing like the back like legs of like the horse and the butt and all that stuff.
Just a two-person outfit without the other person.
Yeah. Ayubi says, what are those human cloven hooved woodland creatures called? Oh, like the goat people, like the guy from Hercules.
Mr. Tumnus. Nope. Lost it. If you know what
I'm talking
about, please.
If you know what we're talking about, comment in here and let us know what those goat people are.
A fawn?
Someone says nymph, but I don't think it's a nymph.
That's me, honey.
Girl, you're just a nympho.
Honey. Anyways, I love it. You shove it. Let's move the fuck on.
There you go.
Next is Talon Marks. I
miss her so much. Oh, Eli says it's a satyr. That's what they're called.
That was it. That was it. Speaking of satyr, though, you can't see them, but literally Talon has like a satyr-esque beard, which would be so perfect for you to see right now. But the angle, she looks shaven, which is quite interesting.
I remember this because this was last year's Pride, and I actually went in that bus right after her. We did children's like drag queen story time during the Pride Festival. And so she actually used to do drag queen story time at the MLK library back when that was a big thing, and was really, really good at it. I brought my niece a couple years back.
That's cute.
Yeah, she's the most kind, loving, will read you to filth person that I have met. And then this outfit, let's talk about this for a second. Definitely like airy and can move and breathe. You can't see it very well on the bottom, but that skirt definitely flares out a bit and gives her more volume and shape.
Yeah.
And just like the colors and like the pattern, like I'm gonna love this. I have to.
It says very like, here's the bearded lady drag, like a polka dot pink dress. Like it's so camp, it's so over the top. you also don't have to tuck in that dress. And I've been after her for that handbag, and I think it's so good. Like, she said she found it at like a fucking Marshall's. I'm like, that looks rich, bitch. Dollars. It's a great look. It's a simple look compared to a lot of other queens, but I think it's executed well, which kind of like steps it up, you know?
Yeah. By the way, before we move on, Stacey says, I wish that was still a thing. And I believe she's talking about drag queen story time. And maybe that's something we can bring back with Pride, doing like a virtual drag queen story time.
You can.
I mean, I can, but yeah, Salty, if you're listening, write that down because it sounds like the people want it.
The people have spoken.
They want drag queen story time.
I want more to drink. But anyway.
I just poured another mimosa, so I'm good.
Oh, lovely. Let's push on towards our next look.
Oh, God.
This is Nyla Ray and Sativa Banks announcing during the parade. These two.
Was this the same year that you were part of it?
No, this is the year that I was hungover and skipped the parade.
Oh, this was last year. Okay.
Yeah.
So Sativa, that wig is giving me
Caro.
Yes, I was thinking like coochie, you know.
Exactly.
It looks comfortable. But, you know, it looks also like one of those hungover things where it's like, I don't want to do my makeup, so I'm just gonna put on a big pair of sunglasses and a wig that covers half my face.
But you know, it works, especially since color coordinated to her fan and the sunglasses and everything. I love it. I think it's so good. Like, that's like camp drag, like, to a T.
Oh yeah, and then you have Naya over here with her big old titties about to pop out of that dress.
Literally. Okay, so here's the thing. I am iffy on Naya's look because her makeup is great, the titties are great, the hair is great, but I hate the outfit.
Yeah, it's I can't really tell exactly what it is. So I agree with you on that. But I'm gonna love Sativas.
Yes, same.
And I'm in between a love or shove, but I'm kind of leaning more towards shove. I'll shove Naya off the stage.
Yeah, it's like a hesitant shove, but it's a gentle shove.
Yeah, and she can go join Oprah.
Did we shove Oprah at some point?
No, remember when she was announcing the year before, and she was like this like game. It was like the opera, San Jose Opera, and she was like, "It's Oprah." And then wasn't it someone else coming down? She's like, "It's the mayor," but it definitely was not the mayor coming down the parade.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's our sister.
That's our sister. They're both our sisters.
That's true.
All right, let's see who's next. Double time here. We have Alina Maletti Galore with Rock'em Sakura. They hosted, I think, 2018?
I think so.
Yeah. So
yeah,
cute.
I was there, but I wasn't actually in drag that year.
Same.
This outfit, this is prior to Rock'em getting on Drag Race.
I remember saying that she sewed this like manically the night before, but even then, I wouldn't think so because it's shiny enough and there's enough going on with her entire look to where I think it looks complete, it looks thought out, and it's so pridey and perfect. And she wore an outfit where she has to be like tucked, cinched, padded.
And it's hot.
And it's long sleeves for Pride. So, I mean, that's an absolute reason to love for me.
And I remember this actually looking a lot better in person too.
Oh, I bet.
So I'm gonna love this as well.
Alina, this is what I meant when I said Alina looking a little daytime. So it's not my favorite vibe, honestly. I know she can do better, but this is just not the one. So I told her to shove her. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna shove it too.
Yeah. Sorry, girl. But let's see who's next. Oh, God. And the greatest people you'll ever meet.
Oh, Lord.
There's so many things I need to say about this. First of all, why did I wear a full fucking suit during like 90+ degree weather?
It was fucking hot that day. It was bad. And I think we literally had like good thing you bought all of those fans too.
That I did.
So thank you for that because that definitely helped all of us.
But Katini's look. Homegirl was up like late trying to salvage that thing with me, and I don't think she did it. I'm sorry. She honestly, if she were watching this, she'd be like, I fucking hate it. And I agree. I'm sorry. That's a boot for Katini.
Also, like the gold glitter all over the chest. It's a little off for me. I'm here for the wig, the giant cotton candy wig.
Yeah.
And the
great.
Concept, but I'm gonna shove the whole outfit.
Yeah, sorry, girl. Not my
your outfit though, like, girl, it's sleek, it's slender. Like that wig is cute.
Thank you. Literally, in my closet, it's all the only orange pieces that I have, so they stand out like no other. And I really just every time I'm in there, I'm like, oh, oh, I miss this. Like, it was a good look. I was really happy with that. So I mean, I know I love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna love that as well.
Thank you.
And then I guess it's on to me. I'll let you talk first. I want to hear what you have to say about it.
So, I love the hair. I liked the yellow dress that you wore earlier in the day.
The like one shoulder, like long sleeve thing.
I thought that was really cute. This is definitely like a get you through the Pride sort of section of the day. But I know that like stretch A-line dress and had that stretch A-line dress. This was not approved. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. So this is actually story time. This was borrowed last minute from another queen because I had special ordered a like dance costume from the East Coast and forgot to put my apartment number in the address when I got it delivered, and I had it like rush delivered and everything, and then it got sent back to the East Coast. And this was like 3 days before Pride. So I had to reach out to queens that were plus size all over the Bay Area, and luckily I was able to find someone that had something yellow for me to wear. That's what the color was assigned. I thought it was cute. I got a lot of compliments on it. I don't think it looks as cute on me anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna shove my own look. I'm gonna shove myself down the stairs.
It's one of those things where you're like, looking back.
But it was cute though. It was cute.
Yeah. Honestly, it served the purpose, and I wish I threw in the picture of all of us together because all of us together were a complete rainbow with Katini as like the little trans flag on top. It was a moment.
Alina was also like black and brown and gold.
Yeah. So it was a moment for sure. It was really great.
And the positive part about this outfit is I didn't have to tuck at all.
Lucky you. All right, let's see. I think this is our last look up next, and it's a very strong finish.
Thank God. Oh.
Are you there? Are you there? This is our current drag brunch DJ and the obvious drag legend, Ayumi. I don't think she was wearing the floaty as an outfit statement, but I could get into it as like a fierce skirt moment.
It's very non-binary, like it's there. It's Pride.
Yeah, it's the kind of like, fuck you, I'm gonna wear this merch that I got the other day and slap something on it. It's beachy, but overall, sis.
Yeah, I am. First of all, I'm gonna say I'm glad that Ayumi quit drag. But I'm also gonna say I love this outfit, and I would never shove her. Like, this looks like the weird kind of shit that I want to see at Pride every year.
T.
Nick Luna says, "Love your hair. Hope you win." And Ayumi says, "Shove me into the pool, Henny." And I was like, I wish I had a pool to shove somebody into.
Yeah.
It is too hot.
I'm going to shove this. Ayumi knows it. She knows it. It's a shove.
Well, love it, shove it, whatever. It's Ayumi. We can't get rid of her.
Speaking of which, I believe she actually has a segment up for us next. A little seggy.
Oh, yeah.
Should we segue our win to that?
Oh my god, hello.
There she is.
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that I got a ring too. You ain't special.
Oh no, La Flor. What does that mean?
of the flowers.
Okay.
Yes, you better work, bitch. Congratulations. I haven't been able to say it to you in person yet, or face to face on a fucking Zoom call or something like that. So yay for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And Jackie, congratulations on
shaving.
Well, yeah, shaving. You look great.
Thank you. I feel great.
You are pumping that Kris Jenner look. If Kris Jenner was driving the bus. I'm very into it.
Thank you.
So yeah, how are you guys?
Surviving.
Buzzing.
Me too. I got one of those like Minute Maid slushy drinks from McDonald's, and I just put a bunch of whiskey in it.
Whiskey?
Creative. That's the way to do it.
I think vodka would taste better.
Dire times, you know what I mean? Like, we need to.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Since we're in the apocalypse, might as well start getting Mad Maxy with that, and that's what you did.
Mad Maxy and Flossy, like we do, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I can go ahead and get started if y'all don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Jacob says chug your drinks.
Okay.
Can we chug it real quick?
Don't gotta tell me twice.
Here we go. Now you better send us a tip. Wait, Jacob, I know you don't have Venmo, so Cash App us.
Just hand Jackie the money and we'll distribute it evenly.
Do that. Cash.
All right. Please take it away, Ayumi. I'm actually very interested in your segment.
Yay. Okay. Well, I'm Ayumi, please, and I'm here for good grief for bad brains.
Yeah.
My Venmo is up there if you want to tip me. You don't have to, but if you do, I would definitely appreciate it. Let's see. I have this all written out. This is going to be really long, so grab a pillow, get a snack. Okay, so I took last brunch off to be a heckler in the comments, and that was really fun, but I am now back with another little presentation. We're celebrating Pride this month, and we don't have Pride without some awesome music. Many of the bigger city Pride festivals will book a big name to headline their main stage, and we tend to have our fingers crossed for at least one superstar diva to make us all gag and flail ecstatically, just yes! As a culture, particularly for gay men, we have a deeply seated connection to the diva, a woman of power, typically in music that typifies some sort of hero worship, perhaps an ideal at which to strive for, the power of the femme in face of the marginalization of the femme. Oh, that drink just got me. In the face of the marginalization of the femme, perhaps. That's one of many reasons, maybe. Today, I'm going to be focusing on some of my favorite divas, going one step further and focusing on my favorite, possibly lesser known Black divas. Sorry, Robin, you're not on this list. Both for historical information's sake and also just as a recommendation for my hennies. I know, y'all like music. I like playing music for you. And since I can't, because of copyright law right now, we're going to go ahead and just talk about it. So, Beyonce, Whitney, Diana Ross, and Nicki Minaj. Disclaimer number one, we're not talking about any of these women today. You know them already. If you don't, we can talk about it later. Hit me up. Watch Whitney, the documentary that's on Hulu. Or at least I think it's still on Hulu. I didn't check today to see if it was still there or not, but it's like one of my favorite movies of all time. Yeah, get into that. Now, disclaimer number 2 is more of a tip. Let's move away from the concept of inner Black woman. I don't know if you guys watch Insecure, but in a recent episode of Insecure, there's a white gay that approaches Kelly when she's on the phone to tell her that his inner Black woman looks just like her, interrupting her phone call with something he believes is a compliment, even though it's the furthest thing from it. Her response, real talk, my outer Black woman needs you to shut the fuck up. What more is there to say than that? This is just a friendly reminder that there is no such thing as an inner Black woman. Disparaging a Black woman by claiming she's nothing more than an archetypal sassy second banana to actual real humanhood is not a compliment, and it's not okay. Also, if you have to affect a Black scent to underscore that you have an attitude, maybe rethink that. We're here to celebrate our divas queen, so let's get to it. I'm going to start with some quick ones. Full disclosure, I only had a limited amount of time for brunch to present something, and I could literally be here for hours talking about all of these artists. We'll breeze through a few to start. Some of these might be a little more familiar to the general public, starting with Donna Summer, just because I know some of the children still don't have Donna in their hearts. I'm here to change that. Donna Summer is the undisputed queen of disco. And though she allegedly had disparaging things to say about the gay community during a more devoutly religious time in her life, something that she vehemently denied, it doesn't change the fact that she made such a great impact on gay music. For anyone new to Donna, I recommend the 2013 remix album Love to Love You Donna, which updates many Donna Summer classics for a new audience. And my personal favorite Donna Summer song is it's called This Time I Know It's For Real. It was produced by Stock Aitken Waterman, which is one of my favorite production trios of all time. We'll talk about them a little bit later. Once brunch is over, I need everyone to go listen to Anita Baker's 1986 album Rapture, start to finish. If you love Quiet Storm style soul music, this is one of the greatest collections of that style of song by one of the greatest vocalists of all time. Her first hit pop single, Sweet Love, is one of those rare songs for me that can just part the clouds and let the sun shine in anytime. If I'm in a bad mood, I put this record on and I'm in a good mood again. It's that fucking good. So more than just that milkshake chick. God, yeah, that drink really got me. Khalees has been making bangers for 2 decades now, and the pan-genre influences in her music truly represent something for any and every music fan. Music nerds stan her sophomore album, Wonderland, mostly because it wasn't officially released in America and was only very recently available here digitally. 2010's Flesh Tone is packed with gay dance anthems, including tracks produced by Boys Noise, Benny Benassi, and David Guetta. On 4/20 of this year, Netflix launched her latest project, a cannabis-based cooking competition cleverly titled Cooked with Cannabis. Little something for my stoners, we got you. So I know y'all are watching Canada's Drag Race, and the girls can definitely tell you that I screamed for 20 minutes straight when I saw that Deborah Cox is going to be a guest judge, or a guest host rather. Deb is such a gay icon that June is no longer Pride Month, it's Deborah Cox Employment Month. And we stay giving this goddess our hard-earned coins. Like with Donna Summer, my recommendation is a remix album, Deborah Cox Remixed. It's from the early 2000s, and it definitely is a throwback for me personally, since these were the anthems that were customary to any club night when I first started going out clubbing like 9 million years ago, when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Next is FKA Twigs. I'm embarrassed to say that my love affair with FKA Twigs began when I found out about her because she was dating Robert Pattinson, but that is the truth of the matter. I love that she's named Twigs because of the way her bones crack when she dances. I love that she's always low-key looking like an 80s X-Men comics villain. And I love, love, love that she is an outspoken advocate for sex worker rights. Sex work is work. I've seen way too many OnlyFans shaming posts on social media this week, and the patriarchy needs to stop shaming a situation it fucking created. She's just launched a GoFundMe this week to help provide support to sex workers currently out of regular work due to shelter-in-place guidelines. Search Sex Worker Mutual Aid Funds at GoFundMe.com to contribute. My favorite Twigs song is Pendulum. The music video is amazing. There's lots of rope work and suspension that looks really cool. And everyone should also cop to FKA Biggie. It's a compilation of FKA Twigs and Notorious B.I.G. mashups created by Terry Urban. It's some good shit. Got me through some hard times. And let's see, next we are going to talk about Ronnie Spector. So in stark contrast to the good girl charms of Diana Ross and the Supremes, Ronnie Spector and the Ronettes existed as the original bad girls of pop music. She was born Veronica Bennett in New York City to a Black and Cherokee mother and an Irish-American father. Ronnie spent her formative years creating various iterations of singing groups at home with her family, eventually becoming the Ronettes with her sister Estelle and their cousin Nedra. Produced by the diabolical pop Voldemort called Phil Spector, the Ronettes' Be My Baby is perhaps the perfect pop song in and of itself, but underneath the booming chamber echo of the song's instrumentation lie a chilling secret. Ronnie was living a life of terror under threat of abuse, manipulation, and even murder by Phil himself. She got out of under Phil's thumb in 1972, and over the following decades, he did everything that he could manage to sabotage her career. Still, she went on to feature in Eddie Money's classic 80s hit Take Me Home Tonight, and has been sporadically releasing new music ever since. Amy Winehouse was a huge fan, as told by her throwback style, and that extension of the bad girl of rock and roll ethos that made Ronnie so famous in the first place. Ronnie still regards Amy as one of the greats, gone far too soon. I agree. I recommend the Ronettes' only studio album, Presenting the Fabulous Ronettes, featuring Veronica. Also, any multitude of the greatest hits package that have followed from there, and my personal favorite, 1999's She Talks to Rainbows, an EP that was produced by Joey Ramone and released on Kill Rock Stars. Next is Sunita. Sunita's the daughter of Michael Brown, who sang the high-energy song So Many Men, So Little Time, which later became the best stage on Dance Revolution. Sunita rose to fame in the UK in the late 80s with her self-titled first album. Having cut her industry teeth working in musical theater from age 12, Sunita was one of the first signings of an early in his career Simon Cowell, who would go on to greater success being a rude Englishman on television. Now, anyone who knows me knows how much I love the production team, Stock Aitken Waterman, a production house that made stars out of Kylie Minogue, Dead or Alive, and Rick Astley. And obviously, I believe Sunita's best output is the stuff she did with them. Follow-up albums failed to produce the same hype as the original album, but in the 2000s, she made a turn towards reality television, appearing in various British reality competition shows to varying degrees of success. My personal favorite was her turn on Cirque du Célébrité, where she managed to balance on a giant ball and smile, and she went home third. Reteaming with Simon Cowell on The X Factor, she helped in selecting eventual winner Leona Lewis and the unstoppable pop juggernaut that was One Direction, acting as the wily right hand to Cowell's stoic curmudgeon anytime the talent pool needed those final cuts before the live competitions began. That she was his most trusted opinion at this stage underscores Sunita's understanding of pop's underpinnings and mechanics. And while her discography itself is relatively small, it's the kind of span of work that celebrates the joy of pop music itself. Check out that self-titled first album and also her 2014 cover of her mom's iconic gay anthem, So Many Men, So Little Time. So with a total of 15 number one records on the Billboard Dance Chart, Martha Wash is the undisputed queen of clubland. But as with many successful Black women in music, her start came through gospel music, singing in church as a child. Through the church and through school choir, Martha found refuge from constant bullying because of her size. In her early adulthood living in San Francisco, she worked as a secretary while also being part of the gospel group Now. And in 1976, one fateful audition would find her as one of the two backing vocalists for legendary queer disco icon Sylvester. Together with Izora Rhodes, she performed with Sylvester as the Two Tons of Fun, later changing their name to the Weather Girls to coincide with their smash hit gay anthem, It's Raining Men. Martha's powerhouse vocals made her an in-demand pick when it came to session recording and backing vocals, working with everyone from Bob Seger to Aretha Franklin. But as is customary for the patriarchal bullshit of the record industry, sizeism prevented Martha from seeing any sort of solo success, as evidenced by several different dance production acts using her vocals for hit tracks while using other singers and models to lip sync to said hits in the music videos for their songs. Seduction's You're My Only One, My One and Only True Love, CNC Music Factory's Everybody Dance Now, and nearly the entirety of Black Box's Dreamland album all used Martha's vocals this way, some even without her authorization. And all three were sued, each reaching an out-of-court settlement to compensate Ms. Wash for her work. She's gone on to release 3 solo albums, but I maintain that her best work is as a featured artist, specifically her work with DJ Todd Terry in the late 90s, working with Jocelyn Brown in a sort of callback to those golden Weather Girls days. I recommend the Weather Girls Success album and the New York House remix of You're My One and Only, where it's all Martha, no seduction, and she's going bananas on those high gospel vocals. You've never lived until you've lived through those 7+ minutes. I promise you this. Oh, that's so good. Next is Anita Blay, raised in Hackney, which is a borough of London, to Ghanaian parents. Anita Blay's interest in music developed as a teenager, and when a battery of day jobs in her late teens consistently got in the way of her nocturnal gigs and clubs lifestyle, she decided that a career in songwriting was a much more compatible fit. She began uploading her dreamy indie pop songs to MySpace under the stage name Cock and Bull Kid in 2008 and achieved near overnight notoriety with the UK music press rather. Signed to Mosh Moshi Records soon after. Her first attempt at a debut album was shelved at her insistence, and she encouraged fans to download it when it ended up leaking. Internet piracy queen, we stan. Her actual debut album, Adulthood, was released in 2011, and it still seems to hold up today. A follow-up never surfaced, and it could be because she was too busy writing material for other artists. A good side hustle for such a clever pop songwriter. In 2014, she formed the deep house duo Antony and Cleopatra with Alexander Burnett, an Australian singer and songwriter that she met at a pop writing summit. And please seek out any of their singles and their Hurts Like Hell EP if you love fun early 90s throwback house. Anyone who was along for the ride at those early Yumi Winehouse gigs know that her song I'm Not Sorry was a staple of my live act. I even did push-ups to it at the Midnight Sun once. I'm not her only American fan, though. Shamir of Don't Try Me, I'm Not a Free Sample fame cites Anita as one of his greatest musical influences, so committed to her that he has a selection of her lyrics tattooed on his body. I don't have that, but I'm working on it. Finally, and I'll make this one quick because I know the Queen of Controversy has a lot of detractors in our community, but I'll just say this. If you act like Azealia Banks is the worst person in the universe, but still consider cultural relevance era Eminem as trade, log out. I am speaking just for myself right now, and I can tell you that I love a provocateur, even if I don't agree with everything they say. So do I think it's wrong that Azealia Banks came for underage Disney Channel star Sky Jackson? Yes, that was wrong. Do I think Azealia Banks actually loves Donald Trump? No. Do I think that in an era of celebrity where being controversial is the prerequisite to pursuing notoriety, Azealia Banks is an expert in making herself culturally relevant? Absolutely. Here's the thing. What Azealia Banks has that the Paul brothers and the Shanes and Jeffries of the world and the fucking Kardashians don't is artistic talent. She was plucked from musical theater at LaGuardia High School in New York at 16. Her talent manager pushed her as an actress, but when those prospects didn't work out, she decided music was the right path. That path, as we know from most of the preceding evidence, was not easy. Even when it seems like the entire world would rather she fade into obscurity, she keeps at it. And she's created a broad, hefty catalog of work, a combination of flash speed flow, gay club beats, and clever, cheeky, sexually liberated rhymes. Tell me again what else our community asked for their pop icons. My favorite Azealia Banks record is the 1991 EP, but I could easily name most of her work as my favorite. Don't watch that movie that she did with RZA. RZA ain't shit. And that's pretty much it for that. What have we learned today? It's that basically men ain't shit. The music industry ain't shit. But Black women do all the work and they do everything and they need to be compensated, appreciated, loved, lived for. And that's sort of that. If you want to give me a tip, you could do that on Venmo at Ayumi Please. My website is ayumi.dj. You can get merchandise at therosabilityofbigcartel.com. And yeah. How long was that?
I don't know, but that was fucking cool.
Thank you.
Not that long.
And I know everyone's going to be like, you didn't mention so-and-so, you didn't mention so-and-so. It's not an exhaustive list. It's not completed. I know you finished it today. So
yeah, I finished it this morning. My mom is in the comments. She loves me. Hi, Mom. I love you.
Yeah. Oh, hi. I think you touched on a lot of important factors, especially the Black women who were wronged by the music industry, particularly thinking about Martha Wash. I can't speak. I'm drinking. Thinking about Martha Wash and Azealia Banks, who have been totally fucked by the music industry. Azealia Banks doesn't make any money off of Broke with Expensive Taste, which I think is an absolute shame because that album was, I mean, anything that Azealia puts out is amazing. But yeah, I don't think it was an exhaustive list, but I think you did absolutely well. And you gave an amazing background to the girls that needed it.
Yeah. So give them some spins, give them some Spotify plays.
Yes.
Go buy a record. That's something people do again. I guess.
I appreciate like all the education that you provide for every brunch because you definitely like know your shit. Like you aren't just making shit up on the fly. Like you're actually speaking truths.
I try to. Yeah.
I'm wondering, would you, because you're on Spotify, right?
I have a Spotify account and I make playlists a lot.
So I'm wondering if you can make a playlist of, you know, these artists that you talked about, as well as like some other artists that might fit in the same category. And if our audience can possibly follow you, like where they can find your Spotify playlists.
I'm not sure how that works. I think if you search Ayumi Please, just like one word, I think I'll come up and you could add me there. And yeah.
Perfect. Because
I would love to do
that. Let's be real. I would follow your Spotify playlist just for knowing everything that you play at the clubs. Like Ayumi's taste is once again.
Yeah. So Ayumi, like we said, is our resident DJ. Has DJ'd all of our drag brunches for the last however many couple years, right?
Plus every other drag gig, circus, and all the other fucking things that we ask her to.
She helps us with mixes. Do you take commissions too? Like if someone asked you to like make a playlist or like do a mix, like would you take commissions for that?
Absolutely. I love money. especially when it comes to things that I would be doing anyways. Like
So like we said, support your local queer artists. That includes DJs. Music is also an art. If you guys aren't looking for that stuff, her Venmo note or like info is down here at the bottom. It's scrolling along with mine and Alpha's. Send us Venmo like tips. I'll most likely be using some of that money to support one of the artists that I presented on earlier.
Fucking same. Like, my like anything that gets Venmo to me literally lives in my Venmo account and gets sent out as like tips to digital drag performances. And I'm like, perfect. I have this much to send out to people. So I mean, that's all.
Y'all are supporting queers.
In a weird way, I feel like we're getting the same $5 passed around.
Exactly.
But at least it's getting passed around, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. By the way, I'm on my third mimosa already. I am feeling good.
I finished that drink. I need a White Claw. I'll be right back.
Oh, go get your White Claw, girl.
White Claw.
You know, I think that we actually have a lot more people in the audience now than we did earlier. Do you want to share anything, Alpha?
Oh,
Again?
they already know, bitch. Bitch, I've been doing this all day. I'm like, you want to see the ring? Even though, honestly, telling the story again, I picked this ring out. I didn't want a diamond. I wanted like a this little sterling silver ball thing because I like it as hardware. I think it's really chic. It was my choice for my ring, but I'm engaged, so. One good thing to come out of 2020.
I know. It's the one. I think that actually might be the last straw of the apocalypse, though.
Final argument is like me along with my wedding ring, just like, here it is, bitches. Like,
it's over.
Nathan Haley says, punch me with your ring hand.
Where am I punching you?
And Eli says, playlist not coming up on Spotify as Ayumi, please. I need it.
I'll figure it out. I'll post it on my Facebook or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Eli, just follow Ayumi on Instagram and Facebook. Like, I know you already do, but
do it again.
Do it again.
I'm reading all the comments that came through when I was talking and like focused on reading that essay. I'm glad I didn't fumble as much as I thought I was going to. But I love you, Louis Sarmento. I love Renegade's Bar. I miss it so much.
There's a GoFundMe for Renegades, right?
Yes, there is a GoFundMe. Check the Renegades Facebook. The link should be up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah.
How much? We had a fundraiser for them recently.
Yeah, we raised over $5,000.
That's great, and that's on one digital show. Raised over $5,000 for like our queer home bar.
Yeah. So thank you everybody that donated to that because we really appreciate that. The idea that we might not like have Renegades on the other side of COVID like is not a good thought for me personally. I love that place so much, and we need to do what we can to save our queer spaces. It's one of the few like spaces where I feel 100% safe. Like,
no, fucking same. Like, not to use them in such a dark way, but once the stud had their closure at that location, I was like, it's very real that we can lose somewhere like Renegades, and I want to do everything in my power that I can do to keep them from closure. So donations, everything that you can do as far as boosting and everything, helps keep our queer spaces alive. And we absolutely need them. And they're more than essential.
Yeah, and like just here in San Jose alone, already we've lost 2 queer spaces. Mm-hmm. We've lost the Water Garden, which I haven't been there, but I mean, that's a pretty big part of our queer community. And then we also lost Mona Lotmore store, mm-hmm. where she was selling like underwear and other like, queer apparel. So it's very important that we give what we can to support our queer spaces. And even if that's just the price of like one drink that you'd buy at the bar, like that makes the difference.
Mm-hmm. Tremendously, yes.
Even your time for queer people and all of the people who are watching, thank you for giving us your time today, because watching us is a chore. Let's be real.
Oh yeah.
Watching is ridiculous, and I hope you tune in to Silicon Valley Pride's programming at the end of the month for the actual Silicon Valley Pride Festival. They have a lot of things planned, and people have put so much work into it. I'm very excited. But also, we had a couple brief questions that came. So I opened my Instagram, you open your Instagram, you open your Instagram for quick questions. And one question that came in is, what is your favorite LGBTQ plus program on Netflix?
I have a few.
Go ahead.
First of all, Tales of the City. It's a continuation of the old Tales of the City, but like it it picks up the same storylines from like the show that was in the 90s. And it's just very poignant, and it just tells the story of San Francisco basically really beautifully.
So relatable, especially knowing like San Francisco people now. It's kind of like this weird, yes, this was relevant then, yes, this is relevant now sort of thing. So it's really cool to see. My answer, because I feel like you would steal my answer because this is everyone's answer, but Pose, since season 2 is on Netflix now. It's everything. I cry every episode. It's great.
I'm trying to think what I've watched on that. Like, I'm blanking right now. What's on Netflix that's like queer? You know, I watched East Siders, but it's very like cis white gaze. Yeah.
But so I mean, that's something. That's a little bit of a win. I will say though, outside of Netflix, I think it's very. I don't want to say brave, but I think it's smart of HBO Max to open up HBO Max with the release of Legendary, because Legendary in itself was a fantastic series. They got renewed for a second series, so there will be a Legendary season 2. But watch Legendary; it is everything.
It's so good.
They actually, so this is a different platform, but Hulu. They have a series called Love Victor, which is kind of a continuation of Love Simon that was in theaters back in 2018. But the main character is actually Latinx. And so it deals with some of like the, issues that, Latinx queer people would deal with. But it's really cute, and it just got renewed for a second season.
Fantastic.
So it's really fun.
That's one thing that I have enjoyed through quarantine, is that there is more LGBTQ plus programming across all of our streaming series. We've had Drag Race Canada, Drag Race Out the Ass, but plenty of other programming. And someone just mentioned in the comments, Disclosure on Netflix.
Yes,
so good. It's so relevant for this time too. Like,
also, I think that the way that it moved through everything, I wanted an expansion on every single piece that they mentioned, because they're like, this is relevant because this. I'm like, tell me everything more. Disclosure was so important. If you haven't watched Disclosure, watch it immediately. It's a great way to start rethinking queerness and transness in media, and the way that you see things, the way that you digest things, because it does also open the kind of thought of, is this colorist? Is this anti-trans? There's a lot of good questions that become brought up through watching this.
There's another program kind of like the Disclosure documentary. It's on Apple TV Plus, called Visible, out on television, and it goes through it's kind of by like in the same lane where it goes through the history of LGBTQ plus people being represented on television. It's a 4-part series, I believe, and like I just watched it one afternoon because I wasn't doing anything, and like it took the whole afternoon from me, and it was just so informative, and like there was a bunch of stuff that I had no idea about. It was just really cool, and so that's another one to sort of take a look at.
All these people are mentioning different programs and stuff in our comments. Stacy says Muppets are now using gender neutral language and being more inclusive in their everyday programming. And then Lewis says Screaming Queens, the Compton Cafeteria riots documentary on Amazon Prime.
Which is stupid, like literally close to home. I haven't even seen that, so
I haven't either.
I read about it because I was doing research about the riot for my job, and I wanted to see it, but I had no idea it was on Amazon Prime. So thank you, Lou.
And we all have Amazon Prime, so
and that's the thing, is I am like scrolling through like all of these. I am switching like Netflix, Amazon Prime, HBO Max, Hulu, everything. Just like, what the fuck am I gonna watch tonight?
It's like there's nothing to watch on here.
There's nothing. But clearly, there's some great queer programming, and I love that there's more options outside of the white patriarchal media that we've seen. Next up, I have another question that I got, again from Stacy. We love Stacy. This is for me, but y'all can answer also. If you had one drag celebrity attend your wedding, who would it be?
Ooh. Wait, our wedding or your wedding?
I think that's meant for my wedding because, hello, engaged.
Yeah.
We can bring a +1. How about that?
There you go. I don't know because there's too many. Like, that's the thing is, it's a weird thing where Sam and I both like heavily thirst after drag performers because like that's our type is very feminine guys because hello, feminine guy. But I don't know. I would want someone like who is the absolute it. And I can't think of anyone. I would want like Sasha there as a +1 to perform, just to be like statuesque and like stand in the corner and be like, hello.
Sasha Velour?
I mean, duh.
Okay, I thought you meant Sasha Bell.
Do drag anymore?
And also Sasha Devereaux.
You're not wrong in that though, Ayumi.
I am not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. I love me some Sasha Devereaux. Like you have no idea.
Personally, I would bring Alaska, but I would have Alaska officiate the wedding.
Oh.
And I do mean officiate.
And when we say officiate, is Woo Woo ordained as a minister? I feel like she is.
She can be. It's an online thing you can do.
I feel like that would
be
like the ideal ordained minister for my wedding. Because like that's the thing is, I know my wedding's gonna be extremely gay. Like
Sam gonna be into that though.
I don't care. No, like that's the one thing that we agreed upon is ceremony is like family, it's respectful or whatever. Reception,
all bets are off.
There's gonna be a drag show. I'm booking all my friends, you know. So I'm excited for that.
For me, it's kind of a split. So obviously, my favorite queen is Trixie Mattel, and I feel like I want her to like perform, like do her music. But I also think it'd be really fun to have Meatball at my wedding. The diva, you know.
This is a Lee in Spanish brown.
You're literally wearing a Lee in Spanish.
Girl, this is like the cheap version of the Lee in Spanish brown is what it is. Shout out to Natasha's Attic. Sorry you're closing, but cheap wigs. Sorry.
Shout out to Nathan Haley. I see you in the comments, sis.
Yeah, sis.
And also, shout out to Noel and his husband. They met at Renegades 25 years ago this coming Wednesday. So, happy anniversary.
Renegades, that's we can all say everything that we've like loved about Renegades, but that would be like another 2-hour show. But that's a special space. I really hope we're able to keep it through the entire COVID closure.
I have another question. This one's from Suki. And she says, if you were an ice cream flavor, what would you taste like?
Salty.
More onions.
What is the most depressing ice cream flavor?
Plain.
It's just milk. Just frozen milk.
I literally went to a place and they had listed like their ice cream flavors. They're like green tea, black sesame, milk. I'm like, if you have milk flavored ice cream, like what is it? Like
what's the point?
I don't know. And last question. I don't know if you guys have any more. This also is from Stacy. Stacy is like a freaking rock star. She says, favorite wedding group dance so we can practice for Alpha. So what is a group dance that we could all, like, what's our favorite group dance?
We're just
That we
doing
can
chicken dance because it's so stupid.
just doing what?
The chicken dance.
Oh, that'd be cute. All of us in drag just doing the chicken dance. It's better than doing the... Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore. Baby, better than the baby shark at Renegades at the circus.
Never again. Never again. I was so mad.
Well, to appease the Mexican side of your family, we could do payaso de rodeo, which is like a hoedown kind of line dance.
And for my family, we could not dance at all.
We can also just do the Macarena really fast. It looks like we're voguing.
Thanks for revealing my joke, bitch.
Of course, that's why I brought it up. Why don't we do all three of them?
I'm down.
There we go.
You're ridiculous. You can DJ me. Perfect.
Not for free.
I'll do it for free if that gets to be my gift.
Oh, this is so great. I have so many friends to actually put on like a really intense production. This is going to be...
Can't wait.
For 2022.
You guys just get married at Renegade. Save on the venue. So Angel Michaels, sorry, kind of similar thing. Angel Michaels got married at Tinker's Dam back in the day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she and her husband, like that was where she freaking did her show for years and years and years. They did their actual ceremony at Tinker's Dam.
Work.
That's wild.
That's so you can see the Renegades.
Hey, Lewis. Dear Lewis. Are you busy in 2022?
Do it for free as a gift.
I'm really fully expecting like the longest engagement just because of like, you know, Miss Rona, but whatever.
Dang, we went a lot longer than we thought we were going to today. How proud should we be of ourselves?
It's
I don't know.
drinking and rambling.
Oh yeah, it's the drinking. That's for sure. My lash is wonky. It's not my eyes, my lash.
Perfect. Either way, I think this is the perfect time to maybe end this. But also in closing, we have a couple goodbye messages, and I'm really excited to be able to share them with everyone. So shall we say goodbye and happy Silicon Valley Pride Month?
Wait, goodbye messages?
Yes, there's goodbye messages.
Wait, are those pre-recorded or are we saying the goodbye messages?
There's goodbye messages, bitch.
Get into it,
I was
Jackie.
Yes, get into it.
You would. I had such a blast doing this with you both today. This was so fun.
Oh yeah.
Here.
I miss my sisters. I miss our friends. I don't want to say fans. I want to say you guys are my friends because like we interact with you guys in person like that. But thank you guys for watching. We had a really good time. I'm drinking / drunk. And
bye. Happy Pride from Rosie Petals. Never be ashamed of who you are, and always remember you're super fabulous.
Happy Pride, everybody. I just wanted to say that I'm so happy that at least we get to gather here in the comments together and get to celebrate Silicon Valley Pride this way. Hugs and kisses from your girl, Kenya B. Love. Mwah.
Happy SV Pride. Be safe. Bye.
Hey, darling, it's Dear. Happy Pride Month. Keep it queer.
Hi everyone, hola todos, Betty Fresas aquí. I'm just here to tell you happy Pride. I hope that everyone's having an amazing month and that you're enjoying all of the celebrations and all of the content that we've created for you. So keep on watching and go on to our Instagram at Betty Fresas and at SC Pride if you want to watch more. Adios.
Goodbye.
Bye everyone. Have a safe and happy Pride. At home.
That I was not expecting that.
I love that you got cut off too.
I know. No one told me. No one told me.
All good. All right. Well, that was lovely. I'm so glad we got those messages from everyone. And I think it's time to say goodbye.
Yes. Happy
Cheers.
Pride. Cheers.
Guys.
Happy
Love
celebration.
you guys.
All.
We're logging off.
Bye.
Goodbye.